Okay, finally, I'm going to talk about my plans for the game, my plans for my character and whatnot. So, and I'm really excited about this. I think I've thought up of a pretty good character to play, um, uh, and I took some inspiration from several different sources of like some of my favorite characters from pop culture and whatnot. So, and I'll explain those when we get to there. Um, One thing about this, I will be recording my first playthrough of this character, and I am gonna try as much as I can with a blind playthrough of a game like this to have like a character arc. I like to role play and stuff like that in games like this, so I'm gonna record it, and I'm not saying it's gonna be entertaining to watch, but I will record it and play the game my way. It may be a little slow for some people or whatever, but or maybe it may be fast for some people, who knows, but um, I'm going to try and role play my guy for the game. And what my guy is going to be a younger guy, maybe 19 or 20 years old is what he's going to be. Um, and the thought of that comes from your main character in Fallout 3 is 19 years old. I'm going to turn this up a little bit so you can actually hear it. The last video I recorded like a couple minutes ago, play something else. There we go. Last video I recorded a couple minutes ago was the predictions for Starfield, and some of the music I turned down a little too much, so I'm gonna keep it up a little bit so you can actually hear it in the background. So it's not just dead silent in the background. I don't like that. Anyways, the main character you play in Fallout 3 is 19 years old when you leave the vault, and I think that's a good age for like the start of a hero's journey. You know, he's young and maybe talented at certain things, but not experienced. And so the journey, the adventure that you go through, the quests and whatnot, is the experience you're gaining, and is the arc of your character, right? So my guy's going to be about 19, 20 years old. I'm going to try my best with a character creator to make him look like me. Although I'm not very good with character creators doing that kind of thing, so I may just completely abandon that idea and just make it look like some other, random guy or whatever. We'll see though. We'll see how everything goes with that. Let's see. I've also got my stuff written down to keep track of my thoughts here, just like the other videos I recorded tonight. Yeah, my plan was to record all of my first playthrough, and I'm gonna try and keep to that. It's gonna be tempting to like get home from work and just sit here and play the game in the dark without having to talk to myself, to the camera. But I want to record my the whole first playthrough to see like later on 20 years from now or something, maybe, to see my reactions to the game for the first time. Because I would really like to, if I could see now, like my reaction to the first time playing Skyrim or Oblivion or Fallout New Vegas or something like that. I would love to see my first playthrough of those games, to see how I played and the things I said or about things I said about the storyline and stuff like that, or thought. But I was 10 years old playing those games when they came out. So anyways, now onto like the actual character and what he's going to be like. He's going to be let's see, hold on, my goodness gracious, where am I at? He's going to be an engineer. That's what he's going to be. He learned a little bit of engineering stuff from like his father. And what in the world is this music? This music's going a little too hard right now. I just need some chill background music. I guess this will work. Anyways, he's going to be an engineer, and he learned engineering and a little bit of like tinkering and mechanics type stuff from his father. And then went on, I think the start of the game, they've already pretty much confirmed that you start out as like a miner at some mining facility, and you have an accident or something like that. So he's going to be young, 20-year-old. He's got background in engineering, and he's trying to get a job working, make some money or whatever. That's going to be like his start. I didn't go super deep into his background, but he's going to be an engineer, kind of like not so much like a nerdy like tech engineer, computers and stuff, more like a grease monkey working on machines, and he's good with tinkering and things like that. And so he's smart, but he's also kind of blue collar in a way, if that makes sense. So he will have experience. The way he learned some of his engineering stuff with his dad was he had experience working on ships and building ships and flying them and making sure they're all work. So that's kind of his background and his work background. He's got a little bit of experience shooting guns, but not a ton. His dad had a gun, but he didn't use it the whole ton. He just kind of every now and then maybe go outside or go to the range or wherever to shoot a little bit. So he knows how to shoot, but he's not a good shot yet, right? That's where the character arc type stuff comes in, and learning more about guns and using his engineering background and experience to tinker with weapons and ships and things like that. And what kind of inspired this a little bit was some of Han Solo from Star Wars, working on the Millennium Falcon and flying and stuff like that. But Han Solo is also, his morals are a little bit, iffy in the start, right? He smuggles, he lies and cheats on things, to get money. And that's kind of how my character is going to be. He's not going to be a bad guy, but he's also not going to be, a lawful type of character either. He's going to be more, maybe, I don't know. Like if I'm thinking about like lawful good, neutral good, chaotic good, that kind of neutral evil, neutral good, whatever, that kind of scale. I don't know where he would fall on that, but his morals are kind of, iffy. If it benefits him, he's a little self-centered. So if doing something benefits him or gets him some money, maybe at the expense of someone else, he's willing to do it. It's not so much like if it hurts somebody, like he wouldn't murder for money. He wouldn't, ruin another person's life. But if he could steal from someone who's rich, yeah, sure, no problem. If he could, steal a ship from a corporation to sell and make some money, yeah, no problem. Smuggling things like that, or things like that. He's not gonna have much of a problem doing things like that. Some of the more like pure evil, man, this music ain't it. This'll do. But some of the more like really evil stuff, like murder and things like that, he's not gonna be super okay with. Not that he hasn't been around that kind of stuff before, but he's not gonna like just be a mass murdering psycho. Just more like a self-centered kind of jerk character, who also has a bit of a heart, kind of hidden deep down, like Han Solo, kind of. So I took some inspiration from him, and I want to try and build a ship that looks like the Millennium Falcon, if I can. We'll see how that goes, but I think that would be pretty cool. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of Star Wars mods for Starfield that comes out, without a doubt. There's going to be plenty of Star Wars mods, but I want to see if I can build the Millennium Falcon myself. Let's see. What I have written down. Wow. What I have written down is his morals aren't exactly pure. He may break the law if the reward is good enough or it sounds like enough fun. If taking a joyride on some speeder ship that he sees at a shipping dock or whatever, like, oh, that looks like fun to hop in one of those expensive new ships and ride it around, and not to steal it or anything, just to see what it's like, because he's interested in ships and building ships and whatnot and tinkering, and he wants to see what those new ships are like. Yeah, okay, that's worth the risk. So his murals aren't murals. Why do I keep saying murals? His morals aren't exactly pure. I think I'm combining pure and murals. A little selfish, but he's not evil. He has good intentions. Even if he doesn't quite realize it at first, he has a heart for people, like kind of like a Robin Hood almost type character. Like Robin Hood would steal from people, but he would also kind of give back to the poor. Not that my character is going to be necessarily giving back to the poor, but he will be, helping people in need. Finds a guy stranded on a planet because his ship broke down. Yeah, I'll give you a ride. come on, hop on. Maybe we can get to some trouble together or something like that. And when I was thinking up this character, I was trying to think of a character that's not super tied into one, role playing, one aspect of role playing, not super tied into like locking myself into certain decisions. I want to be able to do anything and do all the different factions or quest lines that they have. If one quest line's kind of evil, if one quest line's really good, or whatever. Like I want to be able to do it all on my first playthrough, obviously, but I also want to role play at least a little bit. So that's where I like the morals aren't exactly pure. They're kind of, he can lean either way on this sort of stuff. That's where that kind of idea comes from, is because I want to be able to do everything with my first character and also role play. I don't want to play my first character just to, not role play. I like role playing. It makes the game more fun if you do that. Ultimately, what my character is looking for, I mean, he wants to make money. He wants to have fun, build ships, make friends, and explore and go on adventures. But ultimately, he's looking for some kind of purpose in life. He's looking for his reason for existence, whether that be some kind of god or religion that he finds, I don't know, or maybe some kind of other specific, powers that the guy may have that he doesn't know about yet at the start. Some kind of purpose that he's looking for in life. Already said he's got a little bit of experience shooting weapons and using weapons, but not a ton. And I'm going to try and simulate that with role playing. Not the best shot, maybe a little spray and pray at the start, but he quickly learns, like, okay, aim down the sights, conserve ammo, things like that as he goes on. And here's the last kind of aspect of role playing my young engineering guy is, I think the robot's name was Bosco, or maybe Roscoe or something. I think it was Bosco though. That they were talking about in the Starfield Direct. That robot, I plan on making that robot like my companion that pretty much comes with me everywhere. He's like my Chewbacca to Han Solo. I'm making a lot of Star Wars references in this video. But he's going to be like my main character, or my main follower or companion that comes with me everywhere. He's going to be on all my adventures and, my right-hand man. And that kind of goes into his engineering background. He likes robots and likes machines and things like that, so he likes having Bosco close by, some machine that he can trust, not humans that are unpredictable. If a machine can be programmed, he's gonna want it with him to watch his back on adventures. So that was pretty much it for my plans for the game. So kind of recapping it, like a young engineer interested in machines. Not a ton of fighting experience, but he does have experience, a little bit at least, working on machines and working on ships, specifically building ships and repairing ships. And his morals aren't exactly on the straight and narrow, right? He's got he'll do things if it benefits him. If he can make some money or have some fun with it, he'll break the law. So that's kind of my idea for my character that I'm going to play. But when we get into the game and start playing it, maybe I'll get halfway through and decide, I'm just going to full on tilt evil and, break bad with my guy. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go the exact opposite way and, I feel bad for using like negative dialogue with NPCs, which I feel like I'm not the only one that, if I am mean to an NPC in a game, I feel like guilty in real life. Like, I can't say that mean stuff. I can't bully an NPC. Maybe I'll do the opposite and go, like lawful good with my guy. Who knows? So you have to watch the playthrough and see. Normally I stream all of the games and stuff that I'd like to play, and I upload the VODs to my YouTube channel. But I don't think I want to do that with Starfield. Although streaming the Starfield, streaming it would be a lot of fun, and I could have people I could interact with and whatnot. I think ultimately I want to just record it so I can really kind of be a little more immersed in the game, and I don't have to worry about running a stream or nothing like that in the background. I can pause the recording if I need to. And also another reason for that is I can record it and have it uploaded in 1080p, whereas when I stream, especially newer games, that are maybe a little more demanding. Like I have to stream it with my internet in 720p, and so it's not the greatest quality. If I can record it in 1080 and be a little more focused on the game, on role playing and stuff like that, and more immersed, and I think I'll do that. That'll be what I do. So yeah, I'll be recording it and uploading the playthrough to my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's about it. That's my plans for my guy. If you watched this video, thank you very much. Like I said, for the other 2 videos that I've recorded tonight, you didn't have to watch this. No one had to watch this. This was just for me, in future reference, me, because I want to kind of document my journey with Starfield. I think that's going to be interesting. So, thanks. If you did watch this, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. Get some rest. Good night.